UTPA women's soccer announces the first 17 members of its inaugural roster. Ever wonder what the Student Athlete Advisory Committee does? Me too. We'll find out together. And do you like fishing? Then get ready to cast off in our 8th annual fishing tournament, B.A.I.T. This is Bronc Country. Welcome to Bronc Country. I'm Jonah Goldberg. The University of Texas Pan American women's soccer team will take the pitch for the first time in August, but up until recently, they were missing the one thing that's kind of important for a team if they want to play some games. Players. Well, the UTPA women's soccer team now has its first 17 student athletes, with more on the way. 15 incoming freshmen to help the Broncs get off the ground, 9 of whom are from right here in Texas. Midfielder April Compin, goalie Erica Gonzalez, and forward Rosa Martinez from right here in the Rio Grande Valley, as Compin and Gonzalez come from Harlingen, and Martinez hails from McAllen. Forward Andrea Barrera, midfielder Zinnia Hanig, and forward Emily Ortiz from El Paso, defender Caitlin Calvert from Round Rock, goalie Haley Oliver from San Antonio, and defender Hadley Tucker from McKinney. Additionally, the Broncs have brought in forward Allison Smith and goalie Aubrey Coley from Southern California, forward Jessica Suarez and midfielder Marcela Ramirez from Miami, Florida, forward Estrella Rodriguez and defender Hannah Presley from North Carolina, midfielder Amy Inthalay from Washington, and defender Frida Eriksson, all the way from Sweden. To take a look at the roster and read up on these student athletes, you can check out the roster at UTPABronx.com. Well, Coach, what do you think of the first part of your first recruiting class at UTPA?
I'm very proud that these players have decided to continue their careers here at the University of Texas Pan American. This is a long-term project. They're committed to the project. And at the same time, I think the best part is that we have recruited a very good base for the future. And I think that was the goal of this first recruiting class. It's important that we remember that the average amount of wins for first-year programs in the state of Texas is 5. And that includes schools like Baylor, Rice, Corpus Christi, Sam Houston, Lamar, teams that have huge athletic traditions in all sports. And what we're able to do is recruit a team that can overcome that, which is, frankly, an impossible task. But we have recruited a team that can work the impossible. And I have quite a lot of experience doing that in the past. And I think I've created a team in my own image, which is important. So the bottom line is we're going to set some goals. One of those goals is to break this average, because we don't consider ourselves an average university or an average team. And like I said before, this has ensured a good future and a very strong base for the future of this soccer program.
On to the Diamond. Broncs host the Incarnate Word to close out a 5-game homestand. Pick it up in the first inning. Broncs down 1-0. But Alberto Morales with a well-struck double to left. 2 outs now. Brian Ramirez, just grin and bear it. The Broncs have 2 on. And that sets this up. Victor Garcia Jr. continues to rake. Look at Ramirez. He was almost at second when the ball reached the outfield. Speed's a weapon. It leads to 2 runs on the single by the freshman. Broncs up 2-1. Now, the game started to get out of hand due to a relentless Cardinals offense. Broncs down 10 in the 7th, but check out the never-say-die attitude of Brandon Roush. The senior had never hit a triple in his career entering that at-bat. Well, that changes in a big way. The throw goes into the dugout, allowing Roush to score. That allows this game to reach the 8th, where Morales leads off with another solid double to left. Finished 2 for 4 in the 2-hole, and the Broncs think his bat is starting to come around.
Just trying to get quality at-bats. I've been struggling lately. I'm just trying to get my rhythm back, and I've ran into a few pitches today.
We moved him off the plate a little bit so he can stride more into the ball, and in BP just to get him away from the looping swing that he had, where he was missing a lot of pitches. He was on him, but he was flying out. So today he looked a lot better.
Another positive for the Broncs was senior right-hander Matt Daniels. He pitched 2 innings of relief, and look at how he did it. Colton Bissett down swinging, Jonathan Armillo can't connect, and then Dustin Cole looking. So Daniels has struck out 5, 6, and 8 in the order. How about 2, 3, and 4? Aaron Warren, swinging. Slade Brown, gone fishing. And then Connor Kaliski, well, you know how this goes. Career-high 6 strikeouts for Daniels. Now, the Broncs fall 14-3, but Morales and certainly Daniels were positives in this game.
It was nice. It felt somewhat familiar. I just worked on a couple mechanical things over the course of the season. A little bit messed up early on. Fixed my posture a little bit. I just went out there and controlled the process. I made sure that I didn't think about anything else.
Well, he was keeping the ball down. His breaking ball was effective. He's been working on a cutter in the bullpen, and today it's beginning to pay off.
Broncs hit the road over the weekend for a big whack series at Utah Valley, and the Broncs scored early and often. Pick it up in the second. Brian Ramirez at second with nobody out, and Lee Rios comes through with an RBI double. Broncs up 1-0. Next inning, Edgar Cordon at first with 1 out for Alex Howe, having a season to remember. Comes up with the RBI double, 2-0 Broncs. Alberto Morales back in the cleanup spot. Told you he's getting hot, right? Drives in Howe, 3-0 Broncs. Move ahead to the 6th. Broncs lead cut to 3-1. And Shane Ammon delivers. Doubles to center to score Ramirez. Broncs up 4-1. 1 out later, Evan Mason says, "Double, huh? Good idea. I'll double too." Sends Ammon to the plate. Broncs up 5-1. First pitch of the 7th, Yahtzee. Edgar Cordon with his first career home run. Broncs up 6-1. And when Sam Street is pitching, 6 runs is an awful lot. Craig Brickernhoff down looking to start the second. Next batter, Bo Callis, strike 1, strike 2, strike 3, he's gone. Third inning, Cam Zollinger, gone fishing. Fourth inning, the Wolverines have runners on the corners with 1 out and a run in, so Street bears down. Gets Colby Croft swinging, and Cade Andrus swinging. Then, in the 9th, Riley White looking. Street struck out 6. So now there are 2 outs in the 9th, and Sean Moish flies out to left. 6th complete game for Street. And get this, Street has now pitched 77 2/3 innings of a possible 82 innings in his 9 starts this season. Broncs win 6-2. On Saturday, I gave blood. The Broncs went for blood. Pick it up in the 2nd. Ducks on the pond for Omar Avila, and he gets the job done. Scores Lee Rios. Broncs up 1-0. Next inning, 2nd and 3rd, and Alberto Morales follows suit. RBI ground out, 2-0 Broncs. And that's when the hits started coming. Rios singles to center to bring home Alex Howe. Rios then moves to second on an error in center, and then third on a wild pitch, and that's big because the next batter is Brian Ramirez, and he comes up with a single. Since Rios is at third, he scores. Broncs up 4-0. After Ramirez steals second, Shane Ammon delivers up the middle. Ramirez scores, 5-0 Broncs. Fourth inning, good speed on the corners with Avila at third and Jesus Garcia at second, and they're going. Speed causes miscues. Avila scores, Broncs up 6-0. And then Howe comes through with a single to center. Garcia scores, 7-0 Broncs. The Wolverines had their best chance to get back into it in the bottom of the inning. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with nobody out against Blake English for Craig Brickernhoff, swinging. Then Riley White, back to English. Next batter, Jackson Kunz, flies out. English escapes the jam. Move ahead to the 7th, still 7-0 Broncs. And it looks like they want to go home early. Bases loaded, nobody out for Ammon. Ball 4. Avila's next. Ball 8. 1 out later, Garcia into center. That brings home Ammon and Ramirez. Broncs up 11-0. Next batter, it's Edgar Cordon's turn. Avila scores, 12-0 Broncs. And the Broncs not done quite yet. 1 batter later, it's Morales again. RBI single scores Garcia. Broncs up 13-zip. And if you're up double figures, you only need to finish 7 innings to get the win. And English gets it done. First career complete game, first career shutout, a 5-hitter. Broncs win 13-0. Broncs going for the sweep on Sunday. They got off to a good start, going up 2-1 on this Edgar Cordone 2-run single in the third. However, we move ahead to the 8th. Bronx down 8-2, but not for long. Bases loaded, nobody out, and Alberto Morales now has a 4-game hitting streak. 2-run double down the line, Bronx within 4. After Lee Rios reaches on a catcher's interference, Brian Ramirez takes ball 4. Well, that forces in a run. Bronx within 3. Next batter, Dylan Engelhardt pinch hitting, and he squirts one to the right side. No play, everybody safe. Bronx within 2. 1 out later, Andy Fortuna with a fly ball down the left field line. Outfield was deep, and nobody's gonna catch it. Bronx within 1. And then Jesus Garcia, who started the inning with a single, gives everyone this strange feeling of deja vu. The only difference is this hit scores 2 runs, and the Bronx have scored 7 times. They lead 9-8. The Wolverines got 6 in the bottom of the inning. The Bronx, undeterred. Alex Howe with his team leading 4th home run of the season. Bronx within 4. A little later on, runners on the corners with 1 out. Evan Mason back to the mound. That gets a run in. Bronx within 3. That's as close as they got. Bronx fall 14-11. Here's a look at the WAC standings. Sacramento State still at the top, but look at spots 2 through 8. Minimal separation 44% of the way through the conference season. Short week ahead as the Bronx welcome Bakersfield to town Thursday through Saturday at Edinburg Baseball Stadium. Every NCAA school has a student athlete advisory committee. Every conference has one too. Coming up on Bronc Country, we learn about their role in intercollegiate athletics.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronc Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
According to the NCAA, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, or SAC, is a group of student athletes that provides insight on the student-athlete experience. They also provide input on rules and regulations that affect student athletes. So what exactly does that mean for the UTPA SAC? Nancy Mateo has more.
Baseball, basketball, tennis, and beyond. UTPA is home to many athletes, and those athletes need a voice.
If there is a problem within the athletes, within the teams, they come to us and we voice their voice to the administrative staff of the athletic department.
The Student Athlete Advisory Committee deals with issues ranging anywhere from teams wanting new equipment to protecting student athlete welfare.
It can seem daunting for athletes to speak up, and so if there's any issues that they're feeling for any reason, that's where we're here.
Not only does the Student Athlete Advisory Committee help their fellow student athletes, but they also provide many opportunities to help their community.
We try to reach out, we try to do what's right and get the community involved with our athletics and our campus and stuff like that.
Let the leg drag, hit.
We adopted about 100 or so angels, and so that that really impacted all those kids that kind of present, because and some of them don't even have a chance to experience Christmas. And I was like, let's bring happiness and joy to these kids.
The last thing we organised was a big cleanup day, where a lot of the athletes got together and cleaned up the campus, which was a really good thing. And that was every team was represented.
Reporting from the University of Texas Pan American, for Bronc Country, I am Nancy Boteo.
UTPA women's tennis getting an additional home match in before the WAC championships with the makeup of a rained-out match against Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. We pick it up at doubles, where Didi Pachakova and Mariana Ranzanor had a strong showing at number 3. They led 7-4 when the Islanders finished off the other 2 spots to clinch the point. Over at singles, the Broncs had 3 unfinished matches, and they had a chance to win all of them. We start at number 2, where senior captain Wanda Begelin, also the SAC secretary, took the first set 6-3. The second set was tied at 4 when the match ended. At number 3, Katja Stavrolaki dropped the first set 2-6, but came back to win the second set 7-5. With the match decided, though, they didn't play a third set or a super tiebreak. Over at number 6, Christelle Amsalem won the first set 7-5 and was leading the second set 4-1. But as that match went unfinished as well, the Islanders win 4-love, although, as you can see, it was certainly closer than that.
I saw some people fight back when I thought maybe the match was going to be over for them. They stayed in there. They fought back through some big points. Wanda played a great first and second set, and I think that if we didn't do the clinch at 4, she might have been able to close out her match. At 3 doubles earlier in the day, I think that my 3 could have walked away with a win. And Katja also played a tough match. Her opponent, we've seen her before. She's a grinder. She fights out there. She makes you really work for a ball. And Katja went out there and did all she could, and she got to a split, but, we called off the matches, so next time.
UTPA track and field in action at Incarnate Word. Big start to the event on Friday as the Broncs sweep the podium in both the men's and women's hammer throws. On the men's side, Javier Cartero continues his dominant rookie season with the win. Trey Taylor, one of his 2 second-place finishes, and Jesus Alvarez with a career-best throw of nearly 49 meters. On the women's side, Jasmine Davison, Christina Santiago Bravo, and Vivian Espinoza also went 1-2-3, with each recording a career-best throw. The Broncs recorded another 11 top 5 finishes on Saturday, including a victory in the triple jump by Leokawan Williams, with a career-best mark of 11.5 meters. Deandra Barroso and Dijon Johnson each took second in the 400-meter hurdles, while Antonio Gonzalez and Mar Gonzalez recorded second-place finishes in the high jump and triple jump, respectively. For a complete list of results, visit UTPABronx.com. UTPA men's golf closed out the regular season at the Wyoming Cowboy Classic in Scottsdale, Arizona last week. Phoenix native Chris Felix seemed to like the conditions, shooting a final round 3 under 69. It was a great opportunity for the Broncs to get used to playing in dry conditions, as the weather and course will likely be similar to what the Broncs will experience at the WAC Championships in Las Vegas, May 2nd through 4th. Speaking of enjoying the great outdoors, this past weekend saw anglers from across the Rio Grande Valley converge on South Padre Island for UTPA Athletics' 8th annual fishing tournament, B.A.I.T. Next on Bronc Country, we take you out for some fun in the sun. Every year for the last 8 years, UTPA Athletics has hosted the Bronc Athletic International Tournament, a fishing tournament known as B.A.I.T, to raise money for student-athlete scholarships. Vince Erickson slapped on some sunscreen and headed out to the beach to get the story.
Jonah, thank you. They came, they saw, they fished for B.A.I.T 2014, and as you can see right here behind me, they had a great time doing it and helping Bronx Athletics.
I'm done. No more fishing. We could have fished another couple hours.
And why not? They had rod and reels aplenty, and when it was all said and done, a few fish for some, and a lot of fish for others, to show for it. Karen Watt has been more than happy to come back for multiple B.A.I.T tournaments.
I believe this is probably my 4th or 5th year fishing the tournament. We always have a great time, bring in lots of fish, and they're not always big, but it's fun to fish, and it's for a good cause for Bronc Athletics. It feels really good because I've seen the program grow over time, and part of it is because of scholarships that UTPA is able to offer student athletes, and so it feels good to be part of that.
They were in it, got in a little early. Those who'd like to participate next time around, how about a little fellowship and fun?
They should just come out here and have fun. I mean, there's nothing to it. I mean, you just want to get out on a boat and go have some fun, and all your entry's going to go to a good cause.
Not to mention a potential payoff for the winners.
23.
We have $10,000 in prize money, $4,000 for first place. So there are some very successful, avid fishermen and fishing teams that come out each and every year for the cash money. But a majority of our teams are those that are just out here to have fun, to have friends, to be with their friends and get out on the water and support our program.
And with that, we'll put a wrap on B.A.I.T 2014 here on South Padre Island. One last item, though. Jonah, I think you have some numbers to show us, don't you?
We certainly do, Vince. The winners of B.A.I.T for the second year in a row was Team 25, led by Rick Guerrero and Chris and Mandy Daniel. They brought in 15.2 pounds of red snapper, trout, and flounder. They also won in the flounder category with a whopping 5.9 pounds. Team 22, led by Johnny Rodriguez Sr., Johnny Rodriguez Jr., Mike Rodriguez, and Lebo Inaosa, came in second with 14.2 pounds of fish. They won the red snapper category with 8.15 pounds. With more than 24 teams in attendance, another great B.A.I.T for UTPA Athletics, which has raised about $90,000 for student-athlete scholarships during each of the last 2 years. If you missed B.A.I.T and still want to do something to support student-athlete scholarships, don't worry, there is a way. Donate to the Bronc Athletic Fund today. You can become a member of the BAF for just $50 a year. All of the money raised goes directly to student-athlete scholarships, so visit BroncAthleticFund.com today to see how you can make a meaningful impact on the lives of student-athletes.
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronc Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.
Here's what's coming up for the Broncs. Short week for Broncs baseball, as no sooner do they get back from Utah Valley, they have a tight turnaround before a 3-game series at home with Bakersfield Thursday at 7, Friday at 6, and Saturday at 1. The series taking place a day earlier than normal due to Easter Sunday. Track and field with one of their biggest trips of the year, as they head to the West Coast to compete in 3 meets, the prestigious Mount Sac Relays, as well as the Cal State LA Twilight Open and the Long Beach State Invitational. Look for Martin Kass in the 1500 at Mount Sac. He set a course and program record there last year. It'll be a great opportunity for Kass to improve on his standing in his quest for a spot in the NCAA Regionals. The Broncs are also hoping that everything goes a little more smoothly at Cal State LA this year, after last year's event was canceled shortly after it began due to an unrelated bomb threat on campus. Don't worry though, it was a hoax. We want to thank everyone for stamping their passport in Bronc Country this week. Enjoy your Passover, enjoy your Easter, then schedule another visit for next week. But until then,
Brave and bold, silver and gold.
We're on a mission. Aggie up.
Bronc Country just got a whole lot bigger.
Mighty Wolverines of UVU.
Join the herd. Lopes up.
Bold moves, big season, grew up.
We are the new gold standard.
We will be champions.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
They are the dreamers and the promise of the future. They are the hope who will lead us to tomorrow. They are the givers who have the passion to serve. They are the visionaries who will celebrate discovery. They will make a difference. They will change South Texas.